Hey YouTube, this is Taylor again. I'm back again talking about my journey through the Air Force enlistment process. I'm basically going to start out telling you why I decided to enlist. I started I wanted to join the military last June, and I was too nervous to tell my parents, even though my dad was in the Army, and I have grandfathers who are in the Navy and the Army too. But I was super nervous. I wasn't sure how they would take like their girl, their baby girl going off into the military. Because my dad is a huge college person. Like, I want you to go to college and I want you to do well. So I wasn't sure how he would take me enlisting. So I found out that they had something at Bowling Green, hence the BGSU hoodie, which is in Ohio. They had ROTC, and so I started looking into that program, and you had to have a certain amount of push-ups and sit-ups that you could do in a minute, and then you had to do a run, and it also went by an interview that you had to do and your ACT scores. So I started that process, I believe, like back in August. I contacted some of the military people there, and I had my interview and I did my PT test, and the first time I actually didn't do so well, but the second time I did really well. But the only thing that really held me back was my ACT score, because a ton of people usually get like 27s and 30s when they want to do ROTC, and my ACT score wasn't that high, so I had less of a chance of getting it. So they stopped taking applications December 1st, and the guy told me that I should know whether I got the scholarship by January, early February. So it comes around and I still don't hear anything, and he's in contact with me, but they still don't know who got it. And let's say 1,000 people apply, only like 9 get it. So the chances are kind of slim that I was going to get it. So what is my hair doing? Sorry about that. So anyway, March comes, I believe it was the last week of February, early March, and I got an email saying that I didn't get the scholarship, which I believe everything happens for a reason, so I wasn't meant to get that scholarship. And I was like, well, now what am I going to do? I already got into Bowling Green, so I could go there, but, I was like, oh, I don't really know if I want to go there or not. So then my dad mentioned that I could enlist, and I was like, wow, like I would never think that he would want me to actually just enlist, and not go to school until once I'm in or at all. So I was like, okay, well, I'll look into it. So it was like the middle of March, and I contacted the local recruiter in my area, and he notified me that you had to get a 50 on the ASVAB. So I started studying for it. The first time I took the ASVAB was my sophomore year, and I got a 36, I think. And I didn't really try though, and it wasn't really a huge deal for me. I was just like, whatever, like I'll just take this to get out of the PSAT. So I was like, I'm not going to be in the military. Well, now I'm like, okay, I studied really hard, and I took the test, I think towards the end of March, and I got a 44. And I was still 6 points down. So I'm like, well, let me keep trying. So beginning of April, he signed me up again to take the test, and I thought it was super hard. I was like, there's no way that I could have gotten a 50 or over, and if I don't know what I'm going to do. So I got the scores back, and I got a 61, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, that is so good, and I couldn't believe that I increased that much. I took it so serious this time, and I really studied really hard, and it really paid off getting a 61. So my recruiter was like, okay, that's good, let me start signing you up for MEPS. And if you don't know what MEPS is, I'll do another video on that later, but it's basically where they process you and everything to go in to the military, and that's where you swear in and stuff. So I was like, cool, okay, I got a 61. And then my recruiter was like, okay, we're going to get you up to MEPS and everything. Well, I was over my maximum weight to go in. So he's like, well, you're going to need to lose this weight before you can go up. to MEPS and process. I was like, okay, well, I had to lose like 10 pounds. So I finally get to MEPS. I believe I went May 30th, and I swore into the DEP program May 31st. And that was just a really incredible experience. Like, I was super excited for it, and I couldn't believe it was actually happening, and just so many things were happening and going on. You know, it was just an amazing experience. But I'll touch on that later. So that's basically my story of why I decided to enlist, how it came about, a little background on me, and I will make another video later talking about what my MEPS experience was like and the whole deal with my recruiter. So I'll get that up later, but just wanted to let you guys know, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.